Shalom, shalom. Elon Musk Neuralink confirms extreme monkey deaths sufferings. Elon Musk Neuralink confirms extreme monkey deaths suffering. And in parentheses, I'm going to put Grievous sore. Revelation 16 verse 2. Okay, with that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Rahuah Kodesh. The water, Yahweh, for giving us, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who had the 100% spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai in them. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and Aquath, I am Iquab, Lord willing, serving the King of the universe. And Salak, excuse me, I'm wearing all black because I started a new job. So, I'm gonna put that out there. Okay, so So again, the title reads, Elon Musk Neuralink confirms monkey deaths, but really it's extreme sufferings they went through. So extreme monkey death sufferings I put. And Grievous sore. And what I thought about the article, I was kind of skimming around to see what show I can, what I could come with, Lord willing, through the Spirit to do a show on. And this article I'm going to read is off of RT News, okay? Dated actually today, the 15th. Okay, it's an article early from today. And so I'm going to read this article. And we all know that Elon Musk is one of the front men for the chip. Right, we can say that, right? Because we're talking about Elon Musk too. He's one of the front men for putting an implantable brain chip that he's been pushing for years, 5, 6, 7, 8, however long years. And he even confirmed that they were going to do human trials in 2022. Okay, we're not going to, it's kind of obvious what those numbers add up to. Right? But he said, we brought out here at GMS that, again, Elon Musk confirmed that he was going to do human trials in 2022. Okay, and but when I read just a little bit of the article, it reminded me of I remember Apostle Tahar, brought through the Spirit, Revelation 16 verse 2, and how we already know the MOTB. One of the reactions of taking the MOTB is going to be like cancerous-like sores. Cancer-like sores or pus-like sores or ailments or sicknesses or sufferings, right? That you're going to get from the you-know-what. Okay, and so that's one of the side effects or the backdrops or the collateral damage that's going to happen of giving off these you-know-what, the MOTBs. And the Bible talks about that. And here it is through Elon Musk Neuralink, right? When I'm about to read this article, it confirms Revelation 16 verse 2. Because these animals, Neuralink just admitted that monkeys were dying with some of their tests, with some of these test trials they were doing on these chip test trials they were doing on these animals. Okay, he's always been out there in the air, but they finally confirmed it. So my point is, number one, that is in the Bible, but number two, that these, of course, is gonna be a massive recall, not recall, but there's gonna be reactions, severe reactions to the people who take the MOTB. And again, this article kind of lays it out. So it just proves again that the Bible is real, man. That Yahweh Shai is true. And that the book of Revelation reveals, just what it means. So let's get right into it. I'm going to read the article and then Revelation 16. It says, Musk Neuralink confirms monkey deaths. Okay, out of Russia Today. Lord willing, I'll post this in the description. It says brain implant neurotech firm has nonetheless denied that it had subjected apes to extreme sufferings. Right? Neuralink, now the article begins. Neuralink biotech firm owned by billionaire Elon Musk has admitted to killing 8 monkeys during a trial of its brain chip technology in a blog post published on Monday. Okay? So they finally admitted that there were, which is, you always got to double what these people kind of put out there in public media. But they're confirming 8 deaths by these implantable chips, brain chips, that again, Elon Musk is publicly said he was going to do human trials in 2022. So this shouldn't be deleted, because I'm reading a public article here and something that's, a so-called incentive to the people, right? This shouldn't get deleted. Paragraph 2, the firm defended its use of animals in research and dismissed allegations that it had subjected monkeys to extreme suffering. It added that all novel medical devices and treatments must be trialed on animals before it is ethically acceptable to trial on humans. We showed you the stupidity of Esau, that at the end of the day, just because you test something on an animal don't mean it's going to work out on a human, no matter how close you think in your pathetic minds, Esau, you damn devils, how closely we're related. All right? It doesn't matter. Even a human woman and a human man, we're still different entities at the same time. So just because you do a test on a woman, don't mean it's going to turn out away from a man, because we're still in the same species, but two different entities. So how the hell you're going to say if it works on an animal that it's going to work for humans? This is the stupidity of the devil, or the so-called white man, the nation of Edom. It says, at Neuralink, we are absolutely committed to working with animals in the most humane and ethical way possible. The firm stated the use of every animal was extensively planned and considered to balance scientific discovery with ethical use of animals. The firm, however, admitted that 8 animals had been euthanized during the trials. They said that 2 were killed at planned end dates to gather important historical data, while 6 concerningly had died as a result of surgical implications, device failures, or device-associated infections. That's the part I want to get, okay? We just read it again. They said 2 died by being euthanized, but the other 6, this is how they died. They either died by result of surgical implications. We already know what that MOTB is going to go into surgically, right? It says device failures. Okay, so you mean to tell me when this thing, this chip gets handed out in a mass scale, that there's not going to be any device failures, that there's not going to be surgical complications? All right, and then it says the point of the show, or device-associated infections. That's the point of this show. Okay, now when I read that, I said, wow, that's Revelation 16, verse 2. Like, because I remember Apostle R brought out, the grievous sore goes into that. Basically, we're about to go into it. We're about to go into it. Let me finish off the paragraph. It says, at Neuralink, a quote, we are never satisfied with the current standards of animal well-being, and we will always push ourselves to do more for the animals that are contributing so much to humanity, the blog concluded. Adding that they look forward to the day when animals are no longer needed in testing. Yeah, whatever. You guys are a bunch of animals, all right? Animals are livestock. You guys have a social security number out there, so you're considered animals, but a number and a livestock, all right, to the elite banking families. So that's BS. Let alone animals. Last week, the physicians, and what's going on around the world is nothing but a test run, right? Because again, these things were made in the lab 6, 8, 9, 2 months. by Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, whatever have you, Pfizer, and they're giving out to the public. First time ever. What does that mean? That means it's a test trial. So you guys are animals out there, man. A bunch of guinea pigs. Last week, the Physicians Committee of the Responsible Medicine, PSRM, filed a complaint accusing Neuralink of failing to provide adequate animal care to the monkeys at the University of California. Okay, but anyway, the point I want to bring out again was, it says, right, these animals died from surgical complications, device failures, and most importantly, the point of the show, device-associated infections. All right, that's Revelation 16:2. Device-associated infections. Okay, let's read. Revelation 16:1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of wrath of the Most High upon the earth." Okay, the first went and poured out his vial. This is the point of the show. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Again, it says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Now let's go to the blue letter, like Apostle Hart did when he did this show on this a while back. We're going to go to Revelation 16:2, a blue letter. It says, and the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, right? And there fell a noisome. Let's look at the word noisome. Noisome means, we're going to look up three words. Noisome means evil. Evil things, harm. That which is evil, wicked, bad, noisome, of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be. All right? Base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious. Okay? These things that's going in you, these Neuralink brain chips, right? That Elon Musk is testing out and he wants to do human trials on, they will cause you injuries. They're destructive, baneful, they're troublesome. Okay? So that's what that's talking about, that noisome. Okay? So it says again, and the first went and poured in grievous, and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous. So that noisome is bad, troublesome, injuries, destructive, wicked. All right? Morally base, wrong, wicked. So the things that you're going to be getting from this chip, you're going to know that it's done it was morally wrong for it to be done. Morally wrong for this mistake to happen. Right? How can something advertised that's supposed to help out your life, have your bank information, your health records, right? Your blood type, detect if you're sick or not. All these good things and incentives that this society, Esau, tells you about these MOTB, the chip, right? Of how good it is. When that shit happens to you, and it goes in your body, right? You're gonna find out that, wait a minute, they advertised that they were saying it's so beneficial to my life, but this is a noisome grievance upon me, which means troublesome and injurious and pernicious, bad nature, morally wrong. You're gonna find out, wait a minute, man, this is causing me massive harm. So it says, fell a noisome and grievous sore. So a troublesome, injury, destructive, right? And let's look up the next one. Noisome and grievous sore. Grievous, what does that mean? Grievous means what? In the Greek, it's
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Paneras is grievous. So we got noisome, grievous, so morally wrong and wicked and destructive, injury, right? And then we look up grievous. That's evil again, wicked one, evil things, full of labors, annoyance, hardships. So not only is you're going to find that this is bad, you're going to find this is extremely annoying. It's going to give you more hardships, pressed, harassed, laborers, perils, causing pain, right? A physical sense, diseased or blind. Whoa, look at that. All right, you might get diseased or blind. It says evil, wicked. Okay. So the main thing I'm getting out of this is disease. All right, evil, and there's an evil disease, a troublesome, injurious, wicked disease. Now let's go. That's grievous, and let's look up sore. Sore in the Greek in Revelation 16:2.
Strong's G 1668. Helkos. Helkos.
Helkos, sword. So that means a wound producing a discharge, pus, a sore, an ulcer. Right now, remember we just read in an article. What did we read? It said that these other animals, right? 2 were euthanized, and the other 6, it said, had died as a result of surgical complications, device failures, and most importantly, the point of the show, a device associated with infections. All right. So a lot of them animals died because they got infected with something by them chips. And again, Revelation 16 verse 2 tells you that. Kal halal ya b'shemashah b'shemokakdash. So the Bible is true, man. A lot of you, not only will you die, but you're going to get infected by these things. You're going to get a sore. Right? We just looked up sore, a wound producing a discharge or pus, a sore, an ulcer, a cancer. Okay, so the point's proven. So basically, you're going to get a discharge, a pus, a sore, something, an infection, right? An infection that will injure you. An infection that will injure you to death. Like these monkeys. Okay? Again, you will suffer from, and like the scriptures say, Revelation 16 verse 2, infections that will cause massive hardships upon you, even death. Oh, it can make you blind. Okay, disease. You're going to get the disease. And you're going to be troublesome. So we got that, all right? So we got that. So that's what I really wanted to bring out. I'm going to finish off the rest of the chapter. But that's what I wanted to bring out. That's the point. Okay? So it says, and this, again, so it said, then the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome, a grievous sore upon the men, which are the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Because if you take that MOTB, you're worshiping the image, because when you look in a mirror, right, you're looking at an image. You're looking at a reflection, right? So this society reflects or has the image of the ancient Roman Empire, okay? By its government system, by its Caesars, which are today's presidents, by your patricians and your plebeians, which are your today's Republicans and Democrats. You have your Senate. The ancient Rome had a Senate and a council. They elected their government officials, like in America, you elect your government officials. They weren't like monarchies, like kings and all that kind of stuff. You elect your officials here, just like in Rome. Okay, you worship the eagle, just like in Rome. I mean, look at the dollar and the monetary system, just like in Rome, with certain coins. You know, and Caesars were on the coins, just like your presidents on your nickels and dimes today. Habeas corpus, speaking Latin. There's Latin taught in the school system. Roman numerals. Okay, so we can go on and on about the parallels between Rome and America. So that's the image, which is ultimately the system. And there's a physical thing that represents the system or the image of America, which is a reflection of Rome that's reincarnated back on today, right? Because America is Rome. Okay, but it's a physical device that represents it, and that's what we're talking about now, right? And anyway, so it says, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as blood of dead men, and every living soul died in the sea. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art, and wast, and shalt be, because thou hast judged thus. For they have shed the blood of the saints, the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Who shed the blood of our people? You damn devils. You so-called white people, the nation of Edom. All right? Starting with the international banking families, the elite banking families. For they have shed the blood of the saints and the prophets. Now is given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And I heard another out of the altar, even so, Lord power almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, that destruction. Okay, World War III. All right, nuclear missiles, and men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. So even when you are destroyed, you're still going to be trying to curse the Most High, man. You damn, shows you how pure demons you are out there. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the Most High of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. Yeah, one of them sores we just read. You know, all these affections and stuff that you're going to be getting from the MOTB, the chip, so to speak, that's in public eye, right? That the media and Elon Musk, Neuralink has said they're going to do human trials in 2022, right? You're going to get a fatal affection. You might get blind. You're going to get a disease, a sore, cancer. Okay, proven the Bible, man. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon a great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw three unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Okay? For they are the spirits of devils, meaning, of course, there's going to be people speaking many lies. Devils, false accusers. Okay? Devious deceptors, man. Well, not this. That don't sound right, but this deception, mass deception, false prophets. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole end of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Almighty power. Again, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth into the kings of the earth and end of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High, mighty power, Almighty. Yeah, because all the stuff that's done in these last days are done in deception, by propaganda, by brainwashing, by manipulation. You know what I mean? By getting you involved in foreign policies that ultimately going to bring you to war. Okay, and that's what's happening now. All these sanctions, these regulations, tariffs amongst these nations, are really just causing war. Because what's a common trait before war is trade wars, and that's exactly what we're in now. We're in trade wars. Before World War is trade wars. Okay, so that great battle is World War III. Okay? And it says 45, verse 15. Behold, this is the Lord, I come as a thief, right? A thief is an element of surprise, okay? So to the most of the world, the Lord's going to come back like a surprise, you know? You're not going to expect it. Okay, but the men of the Lord are, like it says in Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments. Right? Yeah, because ultimately, that's why one of the nicknames for a prophet of man of the Lord was a seer. Why? Because ultimately, that's what you're doing. When a prophet prophesies, he says things before they actually happen in the future, right? Right? Which means you have to, you see something afar off, that's in old prophecy in its purest form. You're seeing something afar off in the distant future. So you would also be called seers. And you're not seeing anything if you're not watching. So a prophet of the Lord is supposed to be watching out, okay, and seeing and looking out for prophecies, okay? And you can't see without the Spirit of the Lord, without the name of the Lord, by filtering the Spirit of our Lord, by having the Spirit of our Lord by way of the Holy Spirit of understanding, right, that he's given us to filter everything we see in the world by way of news, studying our people, looking at people, whatever in the world, and filtering it through the understanding of the Bible. That's how you become, and especially the news, looking out for the prophecies, right? One major one is Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. That's something to look for, right? We're supposed to look for the time that Esau is ruling planet Earth, Job 9:24. So we know that scripture, that's something we know we at the end, because Esau's ruling for the past some odd years. Right? It says, blessed is he that watcheth for the World War III, economic collapse, or the moral of the people gone out the window, earthquakes in diverse places, wars or rumors of wars. All right? People should be lovers of their own selves. You're supposed to be looking out for all these prophecies. The Great Awakening. All right? This truth being spread upon all over the world. Right? When this truth is prophesied all over the world, that's how you know that the Lord's going to come back. That's what we're supposed to be watching for. The chariots. Right? So it says, and he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, Armageddon, which is Harmageddon. Har meaning mount, Man meaning of, God meaning troop. Right? Mountain of troop. Harmageddon. Mountain of troops. Or Armageddon. Armageddon, one would make it plural. Mountain of troops. So the mountain of troops was the Lord gathering all the nations by way of trade wars, countries meddling with other people's money, dropping their dollar, China and Russia joining forces, doing economic trade. Russia and Iran joining forces with, as well as their oil reserves, or oil refineries, whatever you want to call it. Venezuela, all these countries doing back deals, and America is not involved. NATO against Russia. NATO and America against Russia, or against the KGB. Or Gog and Magog, I should say. Right? That's all brewing up Armageddon, man. And you see what's going on over there in Ukraine. So you can't deny the Bible no more, man. Okay? So it says, and the seventh angel poured out his vial onto the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, it is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake and so great. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the city of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, and the plague thereof was exceeding great. Okay? And ultimately, the ultimate plague is that nuclear destruction. That's that hail and all the stuff that's going to come out from the heavens that's going to destroy, really from other countries, that's going to, the greater hail that's going to destroy America, man. Babylon the Great. Okay, Babylon the Great, which is the ultimate beautiful prophecy that's going to happen by way of from Yahweh Bashim Shai in the salvation of our people, the salvation of people who believe in the establishment of the nation of Israel on planet Earth by our King Deliverer Yahweh Shai. All right. And again, man, I read that article, man, and I was like, wow. So Elon Musk, again, Musk Neuralink confirms monkey deaths, right? And they died by extreme suffering. And how did they die? For the most part, they died by device-associated or chip-associated infections. Like Revelation 16:2, grievous sores, which bring you basically fatal infections and cancers and death. Okay, a death basically. So anyway, with that, again, like I said, I started a new job. I had to wear all black, so that's what that's all about. So about that, and other than that, man, I pray you edified. This is a big thing. Again, man, just proving the scriptures, man. Okay, how can you deny, man? Look at that. This article just proved Revelation 16 verse 2. Anyway, with that, Shalom. Kal halal, Yahweh ba'ashem Ashai ba'ashem Kol Kadash. The water Yahweh for giving us Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And double honors to the seed elders. Shalom to you brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying in the true name of Yahweh ba'ashem Ashai. Shalom Akim. The Bible's true, man. Yahweh ba'ashem Ashai is true.